Ouais, maman, oh, comment les je les babo, je les babo, oh, comment les je les babo, je les babo, eh, comment les je les babo, je les babo, je les babo, ouais, maman, ouais, maman.
Hello. Here we are in the morning. And where the baby's gone. Come on. Come on. So, yeah, the sun's out again. I had a thunderstorm yesterday. There she is. I'm not sure her name is Billy or could be Millie, but I think it might be Billy. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, we had a thunderstorm yesterday and you can see the rain on the pool top. Beautiful out here, isn't it? The guest house. The lady's a bit inquisitive. She was real curious to know why I wasn't sleeping. She thought there was something, maybe one of the other guests was keeping me awake. Did I need a different room? I sure don't know, it's just jet lag, but last night we fixed that, we solved that. We went to sleep about 10 and I slept like a baby till about 5 in the morning. So I'm good to go now. This is the, they call it a braaivleis in South Africa. This is a, well, it's a barbecue. I smelt them cooking chops last night. See that architecture up there? Often places they have like a thatch roof on these little, they call them rondavels, I think. Yeah, come on the baby, come on baby, follow mum, come on the baby. Beautiful these poppies, aren't they? The African girls, the maids have already started cleaning rooms. Shouldn't really call them girls, that's a reminder from the apartheid days when you called the gardener the boy and the maid the girl. But noticed yesterday when we got out of the car at the car park, they called Brian boss. Oh no, that's hot. Kid just going to put her nose in my hot coffee. Oh, hello there. How did you sleep?
Well, thanks yourself.
Yeah. Are you visiting or are you from this area? Where are you from?
Zimbabwe.
Ah, my father was from Zimbabwe.
Oh, I'm a Wendy.
Wanky or Wange.
Is Lizzie in?
I haven't seen her. That gent's from Zimbabwe. And this little dog wants to keep saying hello to us. She's tickling my toes. Yeah, I noticed yesterday when we parked the car, the fellow that guides you in your car spot called Brian Boss, which you don't have to do. Hearing a bit of African music behind me. Sirens and alarms going off. Some house. Perfect blue sky. Oh, there's the thatched hut. Rondavell. So today, yeah, we've got to go pay that deposit. It's quite hairy using these ATMs to take money out and then to put money to pay money back in again. Something that I don't think we do that much in Australia. Pay the deposit, and then I suggested to Brian, what about we go away this weekend? There's a place called Keda Heritage Lodge in Rustenburg. Now, Rustenburg was under siege during the Boer War. The Brits came over that side of the Transvaal and chased the Boers out. That's where we get the siege of Eland's River. The Australians were besieged by the Boers. Not remembered much now, but in its day is famous as Gallipoli for Australian pluck and courage standing up against the Boers. So yeah, there's like a museum. There's a Paul Kruger house over there. Just looking at it on the internet. So instead of going to Brakpan this weekend, maybe we can go there any day, because Brian goes to Brakpan every day. Maybe we go this weekend. Maybe after his run tomorrow. It's about 2.5 hours from Boksburg to Rustenburg. Maybe after his run, we just go there and spend a night in the Keita Lodge. They've got a museum. Oh yeah, they've got heaps of stuff to see. And then come back on Sunday, because otherwise we don't really have anything to do on Sunday. A couple of people have sort of mentioned wanting to see me, but only in passing, and most of those are piss pots that want to get drunk and carry on like lunatics. That little dog's found a bit of straw to chew on. She is so cute. So yeah, when Brian gets here, I'll discuss that with him, but that'd be real good, because next weekend... good morning, Liz. How are you?
You sleep better.
Liz, I'm sorry if I snapped at you last night. I was
No,
so
you didn't
tired.
snap. I was just worried.
Yeah,
there was something wrong.
I slept like a baby.
Thank God.
I'm better now.
Okay.
Now I can be grumpy as normal.
And the sun's shining.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah, I was a bit snappy last night when Liz wanted to know why I wasn't sleeping. Yeah, so there's a couple of people, Afrikaners or people that we knew, that wanted to catch up with me, but none of them have sort of said, I'll come over on Sunday and we'll have a braaivleis or all that. None of that's been mentioned, so yeah, I reckon we should take advantage of this weekend, because as I said, next weekend the tours start. And on Monday I want to go and get a car from Thrifty. That's going to be a challenge for me, driving around this area, driving around South Africa, but I've got to give it a go. If others can, I can. And then sort of got to see Alan on Tuesday morning, the tour guide, and then I want to go straight off to Mafeking as soon as he's gone, but I don't think I'll be able to do it on Tuesday, because it's a 3.5 hour drive to Mafeking. So I don't know what time he'd get here to give me enough daylight hours to get to Mafeking. That's another bucket list place, Mafeking, eh? So that's probably, I'd leave early Wednesday morning. I'm booked here till Tuesday night. And this is why I needed the shorts.
Okay, to put on. Okay.
And they got really good little pockets in them.
Even pockets.
Yeah. For the gym junkie like me, essential.
Yeah, maybe toss that in there.
Right. You've been running around all morning, have you?
Yeah, I was early, at about 6:30, away from home. There you go, it's connecting now. Okay, I don't know what happened. She switched off. How's it? Sorry, we wanna.
Hello, sir.
Say hi.
You got an ice cream?
What? How much? Have you got orange or like a fruit flavor?
I don't have a good chocolate and vanilla.
Okay, vanilla. How much?
It's 10 rand one.
10 rand one. You want one?
No, not for me.
No, it's okay. Don't worry, we'll give it a miss. Thank you.
Do you want a donation?
I don't know. Do you want a donation?
I'll give you something. Yes, sir. Yeah. You're working very hard.
Very hard.
You have that. Don't worry about ice cream. Just for you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Where are you now? Oh, right. Okay.
They're peppercorns, aren't they?
No, they're also some kind of, they got to have yesterday, today and tomorrow smell. But these things were about 8 fat. And they were about no higher than that.
Yeah, yeah.
When we were school kids.
So this is where the Zurchers lived. They were friends with Brian's. And it was here at this gate that I kissed Jenny for the first time. Rusty. Now I'd walked up. The dam is down there. I'd walked along the dam. The moon was up. There were stars out. I had on my gawky greatcoat with my hunting knife in the pocket. And there was a big hoo-ha about saying goodbye. We were both nervous. We stood at this gate, and I plucked up the courage to kiss her. And I don't think there's ever been a kiss that was as exciting as that. It was so much courage. But walking along the dam that night, I started singing the John Lennon song about the moon is full and the night is, and something is the only sight we'll see. No, I won't shed a tear. You know what I'm singing about. Can't remember the words because I'm on camera. But yeah, well, Brian says this is the house. I have no reason to doubt him. Although I reckon it could have been the main gate.
There wasn't a fence at the time. There was just a gate standing here.
Oh, so this wall's been added.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Okay.
Okay, so the wall wasn't here. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. But as I remember, there were kids running around in there. The parents weren't home. The older Zurcher was smoking, the big girl.
Yeah, Bernadette.
And there was music pumping. Alright, we're in Brakpan. That is the infamous Zurcher house where Rusty and I first locked teenage luber lips. Alright, stop recording. So where I am at the moment is where the Standard Bakery was, which is the reason we came to South Africa. There was a bakery here, but it looks nothing like the bakery. I'm not convinced. I looked on the internet and it was a shell of a place, but well, Brian says that's where the Standard Bakery was. There's absolutely no evidence of no evidence. There's an old sign up there that says Club 761. Here's an old man, he might know.
Distribution.
Oh, your distribution?
Yeah, it's distribution.
Oh,
Mine,
that's quite nice.
So it looks a bit dodgy. Looks a bit dodgy. Up on that corner is a church where Void played a number of times. Catholic church. So maybe this is it, maybe it's not.
Gotta get around the side there to see if we can see the.
Is there another street?
No. No, this would have been it.
Yeah,
Got
reckon.
it out soon. I don't know if they will remember.
What are you suggesting?
I thought maybe we walked in. So this is where they would have baked the bread and sent them out in the trucks, and that's the little shop where.
Where's the compound where the trucks went in?
It would have been. This would have been an open piece of grass ground. I remember there was this house, and there was an open piece of ground here where the trucks used to park.
No, I don't think so. There was a compound to the side it had gates that would swing backwards and forward. The Standard Bakery trucks would go in, and then at the back were where the workers could stay. I mean, this might be it, but when I looked on the internet, it looked just like the Standard Bakery, and it was a ruin. Yeah, I think we're one street. And this was a bakery, and these are the so obviously, well, it looks a bit like a bakery floor. Can I look in there for? Right. Wow. So these are the hollowed walls. Look, I'm touching the walls of Standard Bakery. That man confirmed that this was the bakery. Okay. Oh, look. Oh no. I was going to say that's what the gate looked like when the trucks used to come in and out.
Brakpan, Springs, Nigel, yes.
Yeah.
And then you have a few areas in Pumalanga, Standerton
Yeah, you're right. You got to trust the locals. So maybe the shop was to the left here, where they used to sell the cakes and produce. And I think if we can see in here, oh, we can't because it's locked, but in there I reckon is where the trucks used to come in. Yeah, and I reckon this was the, yeah, this is a shop where they sold the cakes. It's got that look about it. I was locked in there once. One time, can you see in there, we used to borrow the trucks from the Standard Bakery. They'd come out of there and Dad would take us away for a weekend in Standard Bakery trucks. But one time the bakery was closing and I went into the shop to do something, and they locked up without knowing I was there. I had to, I don't know how I let them know that I was locked in. But yeah, they had to come and let me out of the shop. Although I wouldn't have starved to death, would I? It's hard to see whether that sign above the awning on that shop would say Standard Bakery. But this is why we came to South Africa, all the way in Brighton, all the way to this shithole, and the Standard Bakery, long, long gone. Wow. Okay, well, I must have been looking at the wrong building, because I thought it was a shell of a building with decrepit. Wow. Anyway, this is the heart of Brakpan. If you see what...
I'm going to your side.
Okay.
Your YouTube site.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting.
Well, it can be. Do you want me to write it down? Or? Yeah,
yes, it is.
Okay.
It is.
So you make sure you subscribe, and I'll,
I will.
you know, maybe
Certainly.
send you out a fans pack.
I will, certainly.
So we were 5 years here. My father came from Australia. He got a job. We came all the way from Australia here to this Standard Bakery
Wow.
for
How long
5
did
years.
he work at Standard Bakery before? He moved on to Anglo,
about
didn't he?
2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then he worked on at Anglo, did he?
yeah.
What's the name of your site, sorry?
Even if you put your qualifications on the table, they'll be like, hey, it doesn't matter. We want to see that you actually know what you're doing. So you kind of
Some different people.
I'm the expert in you.
I'll subscribe.
Yeah.
I love interesting content.
I remember when the Standard they baked here and then they distributed
Yeah.
the bread, and they had a small shop here.
Wow.
And you would buy the bread and sometimes cakes or scones and that kind of thing.
So that's the one
You showed him, I think.
That's the one we did a couple of days ago at the blockhouse.
Perfect.
Yeah. So what's your name?
Belly.
Veli.
Yes.
Hello, Veli. And your name, sir?
William.
William. Pleased to meet you,
William, you
William.
remember the bakery when he was here?
Yeah. It was a baker. Yeah.
you remember
Standard
the bakery?
baker.
Do you remember?
His father was working in Standard
The
Bakery.
trucks used to go in there,
Yeah.
and at the back, people
They
slept.
used to bake here.
Yeah.
That's why.
Those tiles,
yeah.
the floor is the same, Brian.
Is it? The same floor?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's very
And who owns that building now? Who runs that? Different company, is it? On the side.
Yeah, it's different people. But this, what's quite interesting is that this building and the one next door.
Yeah,
And
and the church.
Yeah.
The church is there.
This building is owned by a guy from Australia.
All right.
What a coincidence. His surname is
Van Becker.
his name is Brian.
He's
That's his surname.
he's an Australian, owns the old Standard Bakery.
Yes.
Yes, can you believe it?
What a coincidence.
Yeah. What's through the back there? Does it stop there? That's as far as you go.
That's as far as you go.
Okay. Wow. There's a truck.
No.
This is amazing, eh? It's amazing. Do you remember the bakery here?
Yeah,
Yeah. And the shop. I believe it was 67. Eh?
Yeah,
Around 64. I remember this
Yeah.
shop here. We used to come by.
Used to buy-
We never bought cakes, but we bought bread and scones, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So
Ginger cake.
Yeah, ginger cake.
you would have been 14, 15 then, William.
How old were you then?
Hello.
15.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was about 13, 14. So you were 15.
All right.
Right.
Thank you very much, William. Bye bye.
Amazing. It's a one way, but well, I want to get back. Do you want to get back and check the hall, the old original hall?
Not so necessary, no.
As I say, I remember coming here.
This is a church where Boyd played, right? You know what denomination it was then? Methodist. Oh yeah, there's quite a few people wandering around Brakpan. It's not a dead town by any means. Yeah, it's run down. Oh, I came off my bike down here, I reckon. That's a synagogue or something, isn't it? Oh, the library. Is it still? Oh, fuck, look at it. Fuck, look at the library. That's where they had the Shaka Zulu statue.
Big guy.
Yeah. So we're at the town hall. Man.
All those blocks come out of the quarry.
Everywhere we used to look for Uncle Baby. I wonder what that, what's that big pillar for?
I don't know. There's a very, I forget that there's a name for it. A picture or something. There's a time capsule in there from 1910 or something.
So this is Prince George and Voortrekker corner, and so this is the beating heart of Brakpan. It was anyway. We will come back because there's some other places that I've got on my list to see, but Standard Bakery was high up there. We've seen that first kiss with me and the Rusty, and today we've seen Standard Bakery. Oh, that's the Savoy, isn't it? Yeah. Savoy. Wow, it's a wreck. Oh, the Casbah. Look at the big Coke bottles. See the big Coke bottle? There's a plug in there. And, you know, you you got burgers and Dagwoods and, you know, toasted sandwiches. I think that, did they have movies inside?
Yeah. They had one of the rooms. You had to buy something. You sit down at the table and eat. And it was kids. We couldn't afford, obviously, because we didn't have money. So we'd wait for one of the guys to leave and eat, and then we'd run up and sit in his chair. So we had a plate to sit with it and watch the movie.
So the waiters would come out to your car. They put a tray on the window, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
And you could sit in your car and eat your, you know, curry burger or a steak sandwich.
Not much in there. I remember you buying a curry burger. Remember when we were in the flat up there? And you had that, what was it, boil?
Oh yeah, my nose blew off.
Yeah.
Like the thing.
I remember that curry burger specifically.
You would remember. Yeah, right. That'd be me for sure. Yeah, look, I hadn't seen them for about, I don't know, 15 years at that stage. Just so happened before I caught up with my friends, I had an infection in my nose that made me look like the Elephant Man. But,
I remember you and Tom, I don't know if you walked or you were on the bike. I think you might have been on the motorbike. You came down to the house and knocked looking for me and my mum. So I lived in the flat. So there was a knock on the door. It's you and Tom.
I suppose that's how. Yeah, hi everybody. You're not going to guess what I got in here. I've been trying to resist. I bought a little bag to start with, but the stuff is so darn addictive. And it's everywhere here, and they love it. South African biltong. Biltong. I had to get slightly moist because my teeth aren't what they used to be. But you start eating this, it's very hard to stop. So what a day. I'm exhausted. Started out, as we said this morning, with that beautiful sleep, which has put me in good tow to at least stay awake till 10 o'clock tonight. Hung around for Brian. It wasn't too bad. I think he got here about 9:30 or 10. And we set off. So I had a couple of objectives today, which was to pay deposits. Now, going to the bank and paying deposits here is a little different than in Australia. For a start, they don't really have tellers. Everything's done through an ATM. But you can get one of the bank staff to come and help you at the ATM. My situation is I have to take cash out of my travel card, then put the cash back into the bank, and it counts the notes you transfer through to the other bank account. So I put a deposit on Buller's Rest, down in KwaZulu, that lodge, and I put a deposit on the room for tomorrow night at the Kedar Lodge in Rustenburg. Now, looking on their website, there was this room called the Royal Lord Baden-Powell Suite. Magnificent, with a view of the lake, open porch, antiques, skins on the floor. And when I initially rang, the lady said it's 4,800 for the lakeside room. But when I spoke to the booking a fellow called Alois, he said, no, that's just your standard lakeside room. If you want the Lord Baden-Powell room, Baden-Powell, the Maffa King, started the Boy Scouts. If you want the Baden-Powell room, that's 10,000 Rand a night. Well, I've got my little calculator out there. It's up near $1,000 for a night. So I had to be a bit sensible. I said to Brian, yeah, look, that's not going to happen. So we'll just get a standard room, and they've got a museum there, and there's the Kruger Country House. So there's a couple of Boer War things there that I had listed down as one of my wanted to see for a while. So yeah, that was part of the objectives, getting those, working out the banks, which I sort of know now what to do. And then we did a bit of shopping. I bought this little pink top, and we had a boerewors roll for lunch. Now, boerewors is the South African sausage. I'm used to it. It's quite thick and it's in a ring. These look like just your standard sausage in a roll, and the roll was a bit dry and crumbly, to be honest. So okay, but nothing special. Then a lot of running around with Brian to put the papers in, to pick the papers up from customs. What he does is he drops the papers off at customs. These are trucking companies that send the trucks all the way up through Africa, through Zambia, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, and they're taking truckloads of aid or goods, you know, spare parts to factories up in Africa. So they need to have these forms stamped, so when the trucks get to the border, they can give it to the border controls. But they're so slack, and you know, quite often they'll give the form back to Brian and they've just lightly done this. They haven't really got it in the ink and made sure they've got a nice legible stamp, because if it's not legible, it gets rejected. So that's what he does. He drives around all around this area, chasing up forms, returning forms, that sort of thing. So yeah, we got to a stage where he'd finished work for the day, which was about 3, and he wanted to go to his sister's. She lives in Anzac, which is a suburb of Brakpan, and I said, yeah, that's okay, because I can go to Brakpan anytime. He lives in Brakpan now. Go. So there's plenty of time for me to do the filming there, and we had nothing planned on Sunday anyway. So I thought, yeah, let's do Rustenburg and Pretoria. We'll stop in Pretoria. There used to be a fountain that had Kruger in the middle and 4 Boers, generals with their Mausers sitting like that at the president's feet. Brian's brother-in-law says it's been defaced and that it's not a fountain anymore, and it's he said, be very careful. I said, what will I be careful of? He says, it's very, very black. Just be careful.